What's up? I want to say I send this out to everyone. Take this off. Without any sharing of anything, without any alerts, I'm going to see who's the person to walk in here. And B. More Brown was the first one to show up. What's up, B. More? B. More Brown. Date night was a success. Doctor Strange. What's up, what's up, what's up? Okay. As promised, after the date, I was going to come home and talk to you guys and let you guys ask any questions you might want to ask. What's good, Latoya? Latoya Shorter? Is that shorter? Shorter? Get out of here. Oh my God. That cannot be Toya. I can't see you. It's moving through so fast. How you been? Well, that's great. It's good to see you. Oh, I've been all right. Just hanging in there. Glad you guys all found me here. You see, I haven't changed much. Except I have this thing on my head trying to get rid of this scar. Ooh, what I'm cooking? A whole bunch of nothing, because Karceno don't cook. I can't cook hot dogs. I still ain't mastered that down. Everybody think it's easy. It's not. I put the water in the pot like they said, put the hot dogs in there, and I'm supposed to wait for it to start boiling. I'll forget I'm cooking. I'll be online somewhere doing something. Next thing you know, all the water boil out of the pot and the hot dogs is in there burning. So I'm not supposed to be cooking. I can't even cook hot dogs. That's why I got the microwave there. I bought a coffee maker and I don't drink coffee. It's never been used. I got a toaster. I don't really eat toast, but it matches the kitchen. I got a bottle of wine. I don't really drink wine, so that just sit there. This the only thing that working, baby. Microwave. I'm really a Coca-Cola guy. I got the Pepsi basically as a prop for the camera thing we were doing. Oh shoot. But Lord behold, I dropped the Pepsi to give myself something to do while the video going on. Did I watch WWE Fastlane? Nope. Because I will be at WWE. Yeah, somebody keeps saying the Locks was in Detroit and they burned. The show was great. Congratulations. Well, hopefully tomorrow Raw will be on point. Your boy Karceno will be shooting live at Raw. So you'll be seeing me stream live and y'all can chat with me during Raw. I went and picked up my Goofy sweater. What's goofy about it? This grown man status here. Grown man. Is Nikki better than Remy? That's a tough question. That's hard to say. We got to go through an entire breakdown before we do that. Like, what do you mean, like, better at what? There are certain things that Remy's better at, and there's certain things that Nikki's better at. Oh, I got a Suge Knight video coming tomorrow that's going to blow your heads off. I already got it in the vault. So I'm going to throw it out tomorrow. The Cubs are going to repeat. Yes, sir. Rap battles, I do like rap battles. I just like them when they good. They just get overplayed too much. And people forget about the actual art. You got some Armenian guys that's like who should be running some type of gyro stand and they're freestyle battling people, and it's like, what in the world is this? And then they're decent, but they, you know, they can't really make songs. You know, it's okay, but back then a freestyle artist, most of those guys who was battle rapping, they knew how to make songs though. I mean, the Alpo situation it's a situation that's been told through the internet and on mixtapes for years, so we really don't know the full story. Just those people that's out there. So I'll let the Alpo situation, you know, I'll leave that to the people that know what's going on. Yeah, the comments are coming in like jabs, man. They coming in real fast. So I'm trying to catch as many. My favorite movie so far this year, Get Out, has to be #1. I swear. That movie's gonna make, it costs $4 million to make. It's gonna make over $100 million. So that brother's gonna be paid. Jordan Peele is going to be paid. Can you believe that the #1 movie in America is about a black man killing a bunch of crazy white people? Logan was better. Why you never married? I saw a good one. Why you never married, or do I plan to get married? I only want to get married if I feel like getting married. Like, I feel like I have the right person to get married to. Other than that, I don't I'm not in a rush to get married. Like, people want to get married for all the wrong reasons. They're not thinking about, are they marrying the right person? Yeah, they like the show. They want the whole show of the marriage. They don't want to know about or deal with the actual things that happen within a marriage. The actual working together, the situation, trying to better each other, and actually that thing in the middle, the companionship. People forget about that. Marriage should be something that's a team. That's a team thing. So you want to make sure you have the right teammate. But if you just want to be married just to be fashionable, I know people like that. They get married just because it's the thing to do. Or some people get married for their own selfish reasons. Be like, look, I want to get married because I need somebody to cook. Gary, do I want children? If I have, eventually, maybe 1, 2. But it all depends on if I have time for it. See, I was always busy. I never really had time to settle down and make a family and stop me off my course. See, I had to sacrifice a lot of not going out to the clubs, a lot of things, a lot of relationships got severed because of boxing. And it's a package deal. It's like, look, you take me, you got to take this with it. Oh, the date went great, Vegan Steven. Had a lot of fun. I've dated more Latin women, it's probably the same equal amount of number Latin women than I've dated blacks. They about the same. I've never sat down and counted, but they close to the same. I had a Mexican Jennifer Lopez. For some reason, I'm like internationally loved. Every woman, every nationality, I don't know. I'm just adorable in every nationality, so I have that gift. Ooh, my longest relationship. That's hard. Because it's like you were friends with somebody for a while before it turned into a relationship. So I never really put it on a clock. But I would say 2 years. Casanova just wants some publicity. He really don't want it with Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder ain't no boxer. He's a shooter. I don't live in the city of Chicago. I live outside the city of Chicago. I'm more north. I wouldn't. He's smart. Your brother right not to do that. And would you know that little old boxing card with Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia had the highest rated number of any event at that time? It was tied with the cop show. It beat the NBA primetime NBA game with 2.7 million viewers. Walt Keegan. Oh, somebody said Walt Keegan up in here. Anton, what's up? Shorter, are you still on here? Aurora, Naperville. Woo, man, that's rough. LeBron is the greatest what of all time? The greatest hype job, media marketing, that's about it. Oh, please don't remind me about the IRS. Jesus. I don't want to see them. Chicago is safe. It's just certain areas that, you just don't go through. A lot of the people you see and are getting shot are casualties of another incident. They weren't the intended targets. There's a war going on between a couple of people, and it's normally territory for drugs, and they're shooting at each other. And that's how these people end up getting in the way, or they're people setting up to be robbed. But mostly it's a war going on. I don't really see BDs versus GDs. It's more the BDs versus the foes and all that stuff going on. I seen more of that than anything else. What happened with Don Cheadle? Somebody said something about Don Cheadle. What's going on with that? I've been seeing something about Queen Latifah dissing somebody. I don't listen to Drink Champs because I don't like Nori. Chicago can be saved if people want to save it. People are not interested in trying to save anything in Chicago. The politicians did what they wanted to do. They took from it, and now it got out of control. Where are these guns coming from? Where are the drugs coming from? Stop the pipeline, you stop the violence. What's wrong with Nori? Everything's wrong with Nori. He hasn't done anything to me personally. He's just somebody you can't deal with. He's a guy that's friends with everybody. Have you noticed that? Nori's not just friends with everybody. If you're in a beef with somebody and the one guy that you cool with is cool with the enemy, have you noticed he bounced from team to team to team? He was cool with Mobb Deep when everything else was going on. He jumped over there with Nas when they had the whole the firm. He jumped in the firm. Then he jumped out of the firm and started rolling with Jay-Z. He jumped from place to place to place and crew to crew. Then he started jumping in and helping out Foxy Brown when he was cool with Mobb Deep. It's like, dog, what are you doing? Nori jumps from so many positions, people going to block him out. And that's what they did. He had gained like 500 pounds. He was like 400 plus pounds. And he ended up leaving New York, going down to Miami because he couldn't get no work in New York. Nobody wanted to talk to him. So he had to fall out of the picture for a while. Oh man, Nori was huge. Nori was like 400 plus pounds. And nobody wanted to deal with him because they couldn't trust him. And next thing you know, Nori left, reinvented himself, went down to Miami for a while, then came back. And when he left and he was on that, yeah, he was doing that reggaeton stuff down in Miami, trying to get on down there. Then he came back, and then people was like, "Oh man, hey, what's up, Nori?" You know, so time kind of healed everything because he was gone for some years. He let people kind of miss him for a while. Then he came back in the fold. You know, that's what people do nowadays. Okay, there you go, Toya. I was asking, where were you at? Are you still out south? You in Vegas? What are you doing in Vegas? Well, the next time I'm out there, I'm going to say what's up to you. Queen Latifah want to diss Foxy Brown. Why? Why, Queen Latifah? That makes no sense. See, I leave and go outside the house for a half a day, and then this happened. Does Michael Jordan consider to sell out? No, because he had great PR people, but Michael Jordan really didn't do anything for the inner city. His community, the Michael Jordan Foundation, they took some underprivileged kids, just a couple of people that were from the neighborhood of a poor community, not from the inner city of Chicago, but from another area, and they chose them to do stuff for. But the Michael Jordan Foundation was just a tax write-off for Michael Jordan. He let his mother run it to show his activity. He was not involved in any community things from the city. He had nothing to do with Chicago whatsoever for any things about the community. People like Craig Hodges tried to get him involved. He did not want to get involved. He said he was too busy to do it, or he just couldn't go there. Wouldn't do it. If McDonald's threw something and said, "We need you to come here to show your face," then Michael Jordan would have showed up. But it's like, man, and like Craig Hodges said, these kids here, they all buy your shoes. If you just came here for 30 minutes, you know how much of an impact that would have been? But Jordan didn't care. Oldberg. That's D style. If LeBron James gets 7 rings, I would never watch NBA basketball again. If they win it this year, I'm not watching another game. I'm done. Future got Nicki now. I don't even know if that's true. I will be at Raw live, so that's where I'm gonna be tomorrow. It's all, they're filming a movie, a video, and they working together. Live from Waukegan? Not really. Because I'm not from Waukegan. I've been to Waukegan. I've done a review of Get Out. And I did just that. I got out. Okay. The WWE recycling old wrestlers. Well, here's the thing. SmackDown has actually become a better program than Raw. Raw is where they spend the majority of their money. All their big name athletes and big name contracts are all on Monday night. So the thing is, the scripts are so bad, nobody really cares about none of the new wrestlers. So then to change these things around, they're going to dig up Goldberg and bring Goldberg back into the fold. Goldberg has it in his contract. As long as the company is not doing anything sexually exploitive, he will come back and do this because his son never got a chance to see him wrestle. So he wants his son to come back and be able to see this. And they had to beg Goldberg to come back. I love John Cena. John Cena's the man. He's the next Rock. Oh, why would Batista comes back? He's doing great, just acting. John Cena told the WWE to go kick rocks. They tried to turn him into a bad guy. He was supposed to turn into a bad guy last year. And Cena told them, heck no, that's not going to happen. That would be contradicting to his charity foundation and everything that he got set up. No way would it work that John Cena becomes a bad guy. And they said, finally, fine, John. But that was the script. He was supposed to go bad. And it would have been a big shock when he did it. But my thing is, The Rock did it. The Rock made the trend. Everybody who's great has done it. John Cena's the only one that don't want to do it. Even Goldberg has done it. It wasn't like he has to stay bad. But John took a stand. And I agree with John for that. And I like the way John Cena stole the he stole the Bella girl from my buddy. Good move. Yeah, those girls get wild. Cena gets paid that money because he generates that kind of money. Well, it was. See, that's what the things you guys don't get to see. I have a friend that works for WWE, so he works in putting up the lights. He works with the crew, so he was also into the Kush business, and every wrestler loves the Kush, and he became the Kush distribution within WWE. And so not only did he do his job, he had another job, and he had Top Chef quality. There was a big party, pre-WrestleMania party, that got him fired. I still got another friend that worked there, but that got him fired. He threw a big party on the floor with all the executives from WWE was also on there. And he threw a major party, and he used to date one of the Bella girls. That was one of his girls at the time. So he was dating her, and he threw a big, crazy party, and it got some wrestlers in trouble. It got him fired. They sent him back home. And this was right before WrestleMania. And a lot of situations, I mean, they eventually had to break up, but he's still cool with everybody there. So when he come there, they treat him like family, like royalty, because he was legendary. The episode when Cheech and Chong was on there, he was the one in the back smoking it out with Cheech and Chong. And that is his, you know how people say their greatest moment of their lives? You know, he got kids, he's got wives, girlfriends, and the greatest moment in his life was the smoke with Cheech and Chong. And that they smoked off his product. That's his greatest moment in life. But yes, the Bella girls got real wild in Arizona. And that's how my man, yes, 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 he did just that. He was like, yes. The Bella twins got completely naked and out of their mind on pills and weed and jumped right into the water, the pool, when the pools was closed. And it was like tag team action. Because before, it used to be CM Punk and John Cena. And they used to run out there and they was banging the Bella twins. Then, Cena ended up getting another chick. And, CM Punk ended up dating the other girl, so he was out. But him and John is still tight to this day. They still best buddies. Not 95%, but it's very high. Mostly all of them get blazed. Trish Stratus, the lesbian? Oh, yeah, what a waste. Yeah, Trish Stratus, man. I met her in person. She's like 5'2". Hi, she is hot as could be, man. But she's, she's a lesbo. Oh, I didn't know I was telling a secret. Stacy Keibler, she works in Hollywood now. She's in the escort business. She's a celebrity escort. Remember she was with George Clooney for those years? Yes, high-end celebrity escort. Owen Hart had a mental breakdown. He was suicidal, and they had to cover that up. Sable was the first one of her kind. You know, before she ran into Brock Lesnar, you know, you know, she was one of a kind. She was the first one to bring that seductiveness to the wrestling world. You know, most of the women wrestlers didn't look like that. She brought like a sex appeal to it. I'm just answering the questions they're asking me, guy who says, let's stop talking wrestling. Why don't you ask a question then, bum? If I'm talking to you, I must haven't been ignoring it. What is your question? Come on, Juan. Well, we ought to know the 89 Pistons would destroy this team. The Milwaukee Bucks from 89 would beat them. The Golden State Warriors or any team. I still haven't seen Juan or his question. Cam and Jimmy, yeah, they'll make up. That's like a fake beef. Oh, Steph Curry had them turn the music off while they was playing. The NBA with no music. I mean, they do it for the crowd to be into it. Normally it'd be like I'm like, I don't understand the music today. Now they play like full songs. And down for what? I'll be like, my goodness. But music has never been a problem for me. Unless it's played too loud. I can care less if I guess the person can't hear the play. Buffalo, New York. Woo! Oh, I love Michael Jordan's run with the Wizards. I loved it because that was sticking it right to the NBA. The NBA did not want Michael Jordan to come back to play basketball. Not at that time. The first time he retired, yes. But the second time, the league was already rolling and they were bigger than they ever been and they didn't want Michael Jordan to come back. But they couldn't stop him from coming back. So when people was like, yay, Michael Jordan comes back, they was, no, we don't need Jordan back. We don't need him back. We're doing fine. Like, they don't want the people to go back to thinking about Michael Jordan. Because the lead had already made a turn. They already had their stars that was producing. They were doing well. They didn't need Michael Jordan no more. It was time. They had passed that torch on, and now they're rolling without him. So they're like, we don't need to go back to bringing Michael back, and it's going to mess everything up. When Michael retired in 93, the league did not pass a torch and didn't have anything set up. He abruptly retired. So they wanted Michael Jordan to come back. They needed it. This time, David Stern was completely, no, the league does not need Michael Jordan. We got everything we got in play now. We got Grant Hill here. We have all these young stars. Everybody's here. We don't need Jordan. Jordan came back anyway to play for the Wizards for those 2 years because he wanted to retire on his own terms. He still wanted to play basketball. So what the NBA did is they didn't give Michael Jordan no calls. They wouldn't give Jordan a call. They treated him like a regular player. You see Michael Jordan foul out of games. You seen Michael Jordan getting hacked. Michael Jordan played the game. He was the oldest man ever to score 40-something points in a game. Not every night he was Michael Jordan that you used to see, but he did have flashes. He still was able to beat Cleveland with a game-winning shot. He had some great moments and great games for the Wizards, but because it was for the Wizards, you didn't see it. But of course, with Michael Jordan comes that massive ego. Oh yeah, they missed the playoffs. But Michael brought this massive ego with him everywhere he went. So it was a big tug of war within the locker room between the players. And that'll be on a video I'm going to go into later on. Because we kind of dancing right into it, talking about the Jordan Washington Wizard era. Well, see, the thing is with Michael Jordan that you didn't know is that Michael Jordan really didn't suck as a GM. I'm going to tell you the truth, what happened with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, this was his first stint at a GM. He didn't really understand the process. And what he did was actually save the team. The team was so far over the salary cap, you would not even believe. What he did was cut out all those max contracts they had. They were paying Juwan Howard money that he never should have been paid. So the first thing he did was get rid of Juwan Howard. He actually saved the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards right now is the product of what Michael Jordan has done. They're able to get John Wall. They were able to get Agent Zero. They were able to get these teams to help bring everybody look at Kwame Brown, and that's just the only thing Michael Jordan did. I'm like, do you know what he done for you? You would not be in this position right now to have these players if he didn't get rid of Mitch Richardson, all these other guys that was there that had all these max deals. They were role players being played as franchise players. So he cut out those contracts to save the money to the organization. So I'm like, you got to do that first. Y'all thought because it's Michael Jordan, he going to come in and they going to the playoffs. He was the GM. He's trying to find out what he got on the team, what he could keep, what he could work with. But we got to first get this cap down. And then we got to start from the draft. Well, see, the Bobcats' problem is their attendance. They're starting to get a lot better. They're going to the playoffs. They're building. But the problem with Bobcats in Charlotte is that where they are is college basketball rules. You have Duke. You have North Carolina. You have the NCAA you're competing against. So you have, and there you go, they would pack a stadium there. They can care less about a Bobcat. So they would always take a player that graduated from North Carolina and put one of them on the Hornets or a Bobcat. Same team. They would put one of those players there like Sean May, Felton, all these guys that come from North Carolina. They would put him right there on the team so people would come out and go see him play. Knowing these guys were not ready for the college level at all. They were just doing it to try to sell to the public. Finally, they stopped this nonsense. And then now that Michael Jordan is the president and owner of the team, he can hire a GM that knows what he's doing and said, okay, this is retarded. Let's get some players in here that can win. So there they go. They have very little like over the cap budgets on the Hornets. And they're getting bang for their buck. Out of all the players they got, they're getting all good use out of them. They're going to the playoffs. They're building up revenue. Things are starting to turn around for them now that they're the Hornets again and not the Bobcats. Bobcats was a stupid name anyway. And that's the same thing I say about Isaiah Thomas when people say, "Oh, he was a terrible GM in New York." I'm like, are you serious? Do you know what Isaiah Thomas did for the New York Knicks? He cut out all of those bad contracts they had. If you look at the team before Isaiah Thomas got there, who they had on the team, and all those high salaries, first thing he did was cut out all those salaries. And he gave y'all Stephon Marbury. He gave y'all Zach Randolph. You had Eddie Curry. You had Jamal Crawford. All on the same team. That was the very next year. In 1 year you had that. Jamal Crawford wasn't a rookie. He played in Chicago. Yes, Terrell Owens should be in the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous because here's the thing, and this is what that racist GM from the Indianapolis Colts. Let's talk about him. This guy has a problem with T.O., and he has a problem with Randy Moss going into the Hall of Fame. But the guy who's below all of these guys, and Marvin Harrison, who played with Peyton Manning and was on the Indianapolis Colts when he was the GM, who has done worse? Marvin Harrison has shot people. Marvin Harrison has beat up fans on the field. Everything. Marvin Harrison did a lot worse than T.O. and Randy Moss put together. So Bill Pollard, when Marvin Harrison was, he's a OG, he's got a gun with a name on it, and he'll blast somebody in a heartbeat. He don't play games. Everybody know Marvin Harrison. Once that stuff started to leak out, Harrison had to go into retirement. But Marvin Harrison got into the Hall of Fame. And did Bill say anything about Marvin shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame? Nope, didn't mention him. But you critical to talk about Terrell Owens and Randy Moss, who did lesser than Marvin Harrison outside of the field. And if Randy Moss had done so bad and messed up so many and burned so many bridges, why is he on TNT? Why is he on ESPN? Why is he on Fox? Why would they put him in all of these positions to interview all these players? Why would they have him in there? Randy Moss changed the game of football. How many players have ever done that? Harrison wasn't first ballot, but he got in. That's what I'm saying. And there was nobody disputing should he get in. Now they want to make all these new rules to try to keep people out. And it's just like they said, when they want you in, nothing can hold you back when they want you in. Brett Favre sending sex pictures to women on the sideline. he done got drunk and alcohol abuse. Did all kind of things, but they wanted Brett in, Brett got in. They make the excuses to keep you out when they don't want you in. Now it's, you played for too many teams. Brett Favre played for 4 teams. He got traded from Atlanta because he used to get drunk. All he did was get drunk and throw the ball far. He played with Green Bay his whole career, held the team hostage, didn't leave on a good note with Green Bay when he went to the Jets, then went from the Jets to Minnesota just so he could come back with Green Bay. The XFL is Dick Ebersol competing against the NFL because the success he had with controlling the NBA, he was gonna make make his own league. They had just lost the AFC on the NBC, and once they lost the NBA, and they was like, we don't need you, we don't care. We're gonna make our own league. We're gonna team up with the WWE, and here we go. We're gonna make our own league called XFL. And it was just like WWE with football players. They used to have the players and the cheerleaders dating and messing around, sleeping with each other. Dick Ebersol changed the NBA. He made Michael Jordan the star and made everybody else co-stars. And every time it came on, it was completely different from CBS. Once that contract was up, the first thing they had to do was get rid of the Detroit Pistons and make it all about Michael Jordan. We got to get Jordan to the finals. As soon as they went to NBC, Michael Jordan went to the championship in 1991. All the way through, they kept putting Michael Jordan in the finals. They were on every Saturday as the premier game. Chicago Bulls versus anybody. Chicago Bulls versus the Knicks. Chicago Bulls versus this. And the way it used to come on, Dick Ebersol is good. If you guys don't know who he is, he was the president of NBC programming. And what his job was he was good and got Emmys for what he did for television, sitcoms, soap opera shows. He's good at making a story, and he saw the NBA as a story about Michael Jordan. This guy who has been trying and trying to win an NBA championship. He's fighting, and now he's the guy that's going to be the new face of the league, and all of these veterans. We got to get him in with these guys that before they're out of the league. We got to have a Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan. That's going to be epic. But the quest has got to be hard. He's got to vanquish the Detroit Pistons, his nemesis, and to get over the hump. It was completely the worst season I have ever seen until now. But back then, it was so storybook. It was like, you got to be kidding me. Can nobody see how phony this is? Oh, yeah. Then they had no fair catch rule in the XFL. No fair catch. No, the way it used to come on in the beginning, I will not. Dick Ebersol is great. He's great at grasping your attention. Now, you got to remember, when it came on, you was pumped up. You was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, man, that intro used to get people hyped. Then they had Inside the NBA with Ahmad Rashad, who's Michael Jordan's best friend, and have them all together pile up and do these little stories on the players so the people can relate more to the players. Another Dick Ebersol idea that was genius. See, CBS didn't care. CBS is like, we're basketball. That's all we care about. CBS cared about the ball. That's it. They'll do a little feature story here and there, but everything else is about that game. They don't care nothing about all this sugarcoating and all these special effects and spending money on all that. They can care less. And NBC said, give us the league. We know what to do with it. And they did. They marketed to the right public and milked it to death. Did it ruin the sport? Making the sport bend around Michael Jordan? Absolutely. But they made money. They made a lot of money featuring Michael Jordan. It sucked. Everybody suffered, but there it was. Well, that's what happened with the XFL. The insurance policy is what really broke the league. I don't know. Somebody said there was a 30 for 30 on it, but the XFL, they were going to lose all the money because of the insurance policies. They got players that's hurt already that couldn't even play. And with the insurance money, it's going to go into the millions. So you're going to have guys that's on the lam already in your first season, and you're going to go bankrupt with all of these players. They had numbers of players that was hurt that through the insurance policy that they had to recover. He hate me. Yeah, he ended up going to the NFL once the league stopped ended. But that's what everybody remembered the most is he hates me. All these crazy names. That's a Vince McMahon idea with the names on come up with your own names. Harold Miner was never as good as he was advertised. But people liked the way he dunked, so they was like, he's going to be Baby Jordan. He was never that good of a scorer. They always come up with these Baby Jordans. Eric Gordon was they called him Air Gordon when he was younger. And they always find a new Jordan or anything. It's just terrible. Everybody who watched basketball, if you watch the game, you can see Kyrie Irving is a better player than LeBron James. LeBron didn't elevate anybody around him. LeBron just get people around him. Who did he elevate? Tell me one player that LeBron James has elevated. That is the biggest lie I've ever seen in my life. Like, everybody keeps talking about, he elevates players. No, he don't. He just bring a whole army of players with him. Who is he elevated? Tell me, Boobie Gibson, Mo Williams, who did he elevate? Where they at? They at home. Tell me, who did he elevate? What's that guy, James Jones or whatever, that he brought from Miami? Why he ain't elevated him? He brought him over here. He ain't elevated? Sherbert, his buddy, Sherbert Ice Cream, whatever his name is, did he elevate him? He's still a bum. If you're elevating all these guys, why you on TV begging for help? Why you got Williams out there? Because you're an elevator, right? Overrated bum. Such an overrated bum. They don't blow the whistle when the guy travels. He offensive foul because he can't get by anybody. He doesn't have any post moves. Why in the world do anybody believe this guy is so great? It is unbelievable. He can pass. I give him that. He's great at passing. But when I hear this nonsense that they say on ESPN and then people come in here and repeat it like they just, I'm like, oh my God, y'all sound ridiculous. Y'all don't even think about it. Did you even watch the game? Who has he elevated ever? Who has played better because of LeBron James? Nobody. Think Kyrie Irving started playing well once LeBron James got there? Kyrie was already killing before LeBron showed up there. None of y'all talk about LeBron. Y'all act like LeBron came to Cleveland. Like, what was Cleveland at before LeBron came back? They had Kyrie. Why weren't they winning? Y'all don't mention LeBron James came to the team with 15 players. 15 players, including LeBron, that's 16. They had 5 players on that team from the previous year. 5. 16 players came with LeBron James when he came back to Cleveland. And y'all acting like LeBron James just came there by himself and they just went to the finals. It's a joke. People don't like facts. 16 players came with LeBron James. Go look at the rosters. Yeah, he brought the cavalry. Exactly. They catered to this bum all along. They made it look like, and yeah, then they got rid of Wiggins. Now he wish he had a player like Wiggins. But you wanted him out of there. See, this is what I'm saying. This is a problem. He's setting a precedence right now where he gets to pick what he want to do, how many players should be on the team. That's not your job. You are a player. They have general managers who does that. That's their job. They have coaches to coach the team. We don't need LeBron James coaching. We don't need him being a GM. We don't need him doing all that stuff. Your job is to play. Play ball. Nobody wants to see you negotiating. LeBron better than Kobe. At what? At what? That's what I want to know. Is he a better passer? He definitely ain't a better ball player. Kobe's a game winner. LeBron is a game manager. In the fourth quarter, LeBron disappears and look for Kyrie to win the game. Anybody but him. Kobe was something you could never comprehend. LeBron is lazy. All he cares about is making sure he's in shape to play. He don't work on his game. I know, stats. If you look at stats to try to determine who's the better player, then you're never going to know. People sacrifice stats to make the team better. Like Isaiah Thomas could have been Allen Iverson all that time. He could have averaged over 30 and 10. If that's what he wanted, he wouldn't have had no championships, but hey, he'd have been lighting up the scoreboard. But he said, look, we're not going to get better that way. And that's why Westbrook, I love him to death as a basketball player. He has the mental toughness, but he needs to try to use the team. He actually has some weapons that can help him out. And he can still get the same numbers he's doing. Hey, what's up, Sherelle? He still can get the same numbers he's getting right now if he dialed it back a little and just took a little down off his game and used his team. He can still get those same numbers. Yeah, I'm quite sure you believe it was the best in 91 through 98. It was actually better when it was with CBS. If he used McDermott and used Taj Gibson, they could really do some damage in the playoffs. those guys have to be involved. If you're not going to involve those guys, because I've seen those guys play they played on the Bulls. But if you don't involve them in this, and the whole team is like, let's help Russell Westbrook get a triple-double, then if you playing for the triple-double or you trying to win? That's what I want to know. Let Taj go down there and get the rebound. Let these guys do what they need to do. What is averaging a triple-double going to do for you? The whole league right now has 80 triple-doubles when before 20 used to be the whole limit in the entire league. One player had 13 before, and that was Isaiah Thomas. And before then, nobody had averaged that. And like the whole league had like 10. No, that was no, Grant Hill did that. Grant Hill had 10 triple-doubles. 13 triple-doubles in a season. And that was the lead. And that was in the 90s. What's up, Human Nature? Oh, I love the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was great. The glove, who knows, man. Glove, he probably in the Bay getting ripped. Well, Juan, if you date a girl because of her butt, are you really there for her? If that's the case. I'm doing well. Oh, he's already gone, Jahil. Oh, Power Season 4 is coming up pretty soon. There's a lot of things happening in Power Season 4. I'm gonna make a video on it. I got a Suge Knight video coming out tomorrow too, so look out for that. Just know a couple people. They know a couple people, that's all. That's how I know. Most of this stuff is, everybody knows. It's stuff that we can't talk about. They don't want out. Sherelle Mathis. Well, ask the question. That's the title of the video. Was like, Karceno is answering y'all questions. So for the whole hour, I'm here on my date night. I'm back from date night, and I'm asking y'all questions. Do I think Nikki can come back? Absolutely not. Her best thing to do is what she's doing right now. Let the thing die out. Do not respond, because if you do, what have you done? Soon as she drop it, everybody gonna say it sucks. Puffy is not gay. Bisexual, that's another story. Oh, no, she's not dead. She still got endorsements. See, that's the thing about Nikki. She's going to always be around. I don't discuss the Joey Badass situation because there is no Joey Badass situation. He's a guy that's trying to get some publicity by using Tupac's name. That's it. That's why you don't see no video about me and no Joey Badass. I don't care what he talking about. See, they want people like myself or DJ Academics or anybody to talk about them. Y'all really don't understand. These rappers are like divas. They do stuff to get on the academics, or they feel like they ain't out there. They want to be, they want that stuff. And what y'all don't know is that they leak stuff out for us. Like the same stuff they send to me, they send to academic, they send it to everybody. Cause they know they got a crew of people that tell them what's hot. Like they be on the internet like, man, what they talking about? Oh, it's this guy Karceno. Oh, it's this and that. It's DJ Academics, DJ Vlad and all them. They send the videos to them. And I get them too. But you notice I don't use their video. I'll use the audio, but I won't use the video. Because all that stuff comes into a like copyright thing, and they'll try to take your page down, and you got to put some media group in there. I don't really rate books. Most of my books they don't even have names on them. And they have some of the most powerful literature in there you've ever heard in your life. Like I told you, I sat there with somebody who was a religious scholar. A religious scholar sat there and he said, I said, okay, religious scholar, you told me Adam and Eve were the first people on this planet because the Bible said it in the Genesis, right? He said yes. And I said, okay, now let's do the math. They had Cain, then they had Abel. So it's 4 of them, right? Right. Cain killed Abel, now they down to 3. Am I right? That's right. Okay, God said Cain had to go. And Cain said, the punishment you giving me is too much to bear. I can't go out there. Somebody might find me and kill me. And he sent him to the land of Nod. And Genesis 4:13 to 4:15 to 4:16, you'll see it. And he says, I'm going to put a mark on you so that anybody touch you, they will die. They will suffer 7 times worse than death. Why is he afraid to go out there? Who's going to kill him? Ain't nobody there but you and your mama and your daddy. Ain't nobody else on the planet. Who are these mystery people that he's afraid of? I'm not going through it again. I'm just saying this is what happened. I'm answering the question. If Cain married his sister, okay, Cain was a grown man when he slayed Abel, or at least a teenager. They had another kid after him named Seth. They had 3 straight boys. So how old do you think he was when he was in the land of Nod, over there in the wandering? So by the time they had the daughter, by the time she grew up, he would have been like 60 years old. But he found a wife in the land of Nod. So where did these mystery people come from? No one can explain to me that. They try to tell me, oh, they talk about it here. They said it. I'm like, you tell me, why was this man afraid to go out there if there was nothing out there to kill him? That is absolutely correct. Whoever said that, Lamont Williams. Is that my uncle? I didn't hear about that, Jonathan. What happened? They said, Jonathan said, talk about Diddy didn't renew the deal for Revolt. What deal was that? I didn't hear about that. Do I believe in aliens? Absolutely. Because we already got a name for them. We call them aliens. So we already got a name for them and everything, believe me. Nobody just thought that up. Go see the movie Get Out. That is exactly what you're going to do. As soon as you do that, you're going to get out. Religions were created to make money off of you. Understand that. Religion was not meant to educate any of you. That was never the creation of it. Neither one of them were made to say this is the structure to follow God. No, neither one was. The Catholics want you to praise the Pope. Why? Where did that come in any book in the world that they tell you to praise that man, that old feeble man? I'm like, when did that happen? Of course it's about control. Guns don't control this world. Words control people. Words is what keep people behind walls, not guns. All the people with guns listening to people with words. That's the most powerful thing God gave you on this earth is your word. That's why it means so much. Well, they already control your mind with television, movies, programs. They keep you not wanting to ask questions and not want to research to find out why things are the way they are. Then they already got you. They're not really worried about you. Well, thank you, No Mas. Did you update the boxing website? That's No Mas Boxing. He's supposed to be putting up something for BoxingSocialist.com. I'm not gonna do a backflip. I think I did that, Sherelle, unless there's another one. I never said that at all. My thing is this. Farrakhan and them has been around since Malcolm X was around. That's like 60 years. And everybody sit around and be, oh, Farrakhan killed it. You should have, oh my God. I'm like, what did he do? Did you do anything that he said? No, they didn't do anything he said. So how much of an impact did he really have? I'm just saying, what programs have they put together, the nation had, for any other people in the community that the mosque is at? They've been talking the same thing since 60 years, since Malcolm X. All the way to today, they still talking about the same thing. Where are the programs? Where's all this? I don't see it. I'm just saying. I'm just going off what I see. I don't see nothing. They've been doing this for over 60 years. All right, they still on Stony Island, and the people around them, it's getting worse and worse in the area where I don't see it. They pulling a John Cena, but they can't rap like John Cena. Plenty of stories on them. We just can't discuss too many stories about Common. Don't know that guy, Corey. I told you if I've seen him, somebody told me he's a comedian from Chicago near Cabrini Green. I don't know. I don't talk to Safari about girlfriends. So I don't know if he got a new one. Tara Color. Now is the mayor and Obama. So forget the guy who manipulated the entire city for years. The Daily, forget all them. They just get out of office. We get a new guy in his place who never wanted the job. They made him take the job. Obama's like, look, we need somebody in there. Daly stepping down because this finna get crazy in Chicago. The damage is already done. So when somebody come and damage something, and they send somebody over there to manage something that's damaged, you're going to blame the guy that they just sent over there to manage it. But nobody mentions Richard Daley. He was the mayor for how long? 20 some odd years? But he gets a pass. Let's dump it all on Rahm Emanuel. Oh, wow. It's amazing. People memories, man. It's unbelievable. People sit up there, Obama was the worst president ever. And I'm like, did you forget what it was like before he got there? Did you forget you were paying $5 a gallon for gas? Did you forget that? There we go. $5 a gallon for gas. The worst housing collapse in the history of this nation under George W. Bush's regime. The greatest economic system collapse. The government went broke. How does the government go out of money? Run out of money. Everybody lost their jobs. This is 2008. They made a movie about it called The Big Short. The housing market collapsed. Everybody is broke. Gas is up. All these prices. Next thing you know, they don't even want to be president no more. That's how bad this country was screwed up. Obama came in when when they let a black man get something, they don't want it no more. It ain't worth nothing. So they screwed it up, let the black guy get it. Now let's dump it all on Obama. Yeah, Obama ruined this country. Gas now is down to like 2 something. People are actually being able to pay their bills and go to work. Things have gotten better since 2008. But yet, you gonna sit here and talk about Obama killed this country and he was the worst president ever. When you lived through that, you couldn't even drive an SUV in 2008. Gas was so high. And then all of these people who voted for Trump, the first act he did, all the military people who was all like, Trump, Trump, Trump. He's going to make America great again. I'm like, when? The last time the Republicans in there, it wasn't great. So when was that? First thing he did was cut federal funding. And all you guys voted for him, and all he did was cut out y'all federal funding so they couldn't hire you for jobs. All you veterans that voted for Trump, all you military people, couldn't get jobs. Now he froze federal funding. So now, there you go, you out. So that's what you voted for. So now you seem stupid. But you can't tell people nothing. Can't tell these people nothing. Yeah, that's what it says, D-Style, that he's increased 54 billion or million or whatever on military spending. See, what he's trying to do, they don't know how they're going to get the money. That's never going to get approved, D-Style. They're trying to make it up by building on this wall, and they think we getting people to put money in that's going to generate a lot of money, because each soldier, they're wearing about $30,000 worth of equipment on their back every time they go out to war. All that stuff costs money and generates money and revenue. So that's how they think. That's the Republicans' way of thinking to fix the economy, is wars. And the wars, going to war, staying out there. That's why you're going to see people in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Them people are never coming back. Their stuff it's going to be ongoing, needed to be out there to generate money and spend it. No, what saved this country is legalizing marijuana. They have certain towns that would have been dead in 2008 if it wasn't for illegal marijuana. Marijuana saved this country. Before, every time the country takes an economic collapse, something illegal saves the country. It was alcohol before. They legalized drinking. Once they legalized alcohol and the selling of alcohol, it boosts the economy up. Whenever there's an economic collapse, it done it. An entire town was saved by illegal marijuana. The government was allowing it to happen because it was keeping people working. It was keeping money flow coming in because they didn't have any jobs. Until they found a way where they could put a barcode on it and get tax money out of it. Oh, it's a medical marijuana place, facilities now, and you can come in and get your medical marijuana for prescription. Anything where they can get some tax money out of it. But they know they can't completely make it legal because they need it to be illegal in certain places. So they can still arrest people and throw them in jail. So y'all got any more questions before we start? Prisons are big business. They're getting cheap labor, and what they're doing is making these people work for cheap labor. Who wants to go to jail and you gotta work when they're in jail? They send you to jail for you to work for them. Derrick Rose, will he ever be a star again? No. He'll play and give you everything he got, but if you're looking for him to be a star, no, he can get you 18 points, 16 points a game. Prison has always been modern day free slave labor. That's why they keep building more of them. But now they're overcrowding to the point where they're letting your house be the new prison. They're putting people on bracelets and letting them go out, get jobs, then come back home and go back to jail and be locked up at home because they don't have any more places for them. And it's costing the state too much to house them. Some people go to jail just to get something to eat and be like, it's cool. They like being in jail more than they like being outside. They've been institutionalized so long. It's terrible. But they have a better life in jail. In jail, they got respect. They got a crew. They getting free food. They get money coming in. I'm like, they like that. They like the action in jail than being outside. So the state has no more money to really house these guys. So what they do is say, we're going to put them on a bracelet and send them home. And put criminals back in the community with a bracelet on. Charlemagne is taking a road less traveled. Let's just say he really cares about what the other people think about him, and he wants to try to be that as much as possible. Don't really know those guys. Of course it is. Because what's a law for one person isn't a law for somebody else. If you hit somebody with your car and pull off, that's called a hit and run, right? That to any one of us, that's called a hit and run. If you hit somebody's car and you drive off, it's called a hit and run. When you're rich and got money, it's called leaving the scene of a crime. Whole different charge. Tyra, I heard of the name. I don't think I really seen him. Like the Tommy Solimer guy. What y'all talk about? You know, blacks get arrested for drugs. They get what 30, 40 years in jail for a drug arrest. They quick to put them with a RICO charge. Oh, it's RICO. All y'all get one case. That's like murder time. And they coming at you with 30, 40 years. Meanwhile, they can come in here, take a black guy, sodomize him, and give him supervision. And talk about boys will be boys. So if they don't have like what's a crime, what is the time for those penalties, instead of saying in this area, in this town, with this judge is based off his opinion, then it's not fair. It's never gonna be fair. If the judgmental prison system is like that, it is designed so that the people with money don't go to jail. And I'm not talking about like black athletes. They will lock a black athlete up in 10 seconds. If he don't have the right legal representation, he'll be gone. Why is Keith Thurman so good? At what? It's definitely not boxing. Yeah, Roll Tide, they got exposed. Oh, Boston is way better than Toronto. So D-Style, what happened with Woodley? Everybody, I didn't even see the fight. Everybody told me, man, it was the craziest thing ever. How did you score the fight? Did you have it like 3-2? He'd have had a hard time with Thomas Hearns. Hagler was too big for him. Never would have happened. Roberto Duran at 147 pounds, Floyd would have won that fight by decision. Yeah, Allen Iverson was a great quarterback, but his problem was he was he didn't play a lot of. He played in high school, but he didn't play a lot of like great schools. I know, D. Mayweather versus Tyson. That would be funny. Oh, Mike Tyson would love it. Oh, we did that, Truth Seeker. We talked about how overrated LeBron is. Well, my opinion on Deontay Wilder, Deontay has got wilder. Because that's all he did was throw the most wildest punches I've ever seen. I don't understand how he's digressing as a fighter. He's supposed to be getting better. He looked terrible. All right, peace. Jones won. DMX a big pun. Um, it's hard to assess. What do you mean? Like, who makes better songs? Who rap better? Pun was a better lyricist to me. As far as the wit and everything else, DMX had more aggression and better songs. DMX is what you would call a anthem rapper. All DMX songs are like anthems. They get you hyped, they get you pumped. They're high energy records. Okay, guys, I'm getting tired. So, y'all got to get the questions in. Peace, D Style. To say DMX got stomped out is just like saying I went to McDonald's. DMX could get stomped out in the alley in a hallway somewhere, and it wouldn't even make a difference. He'll still get up and still be X. DMX is a crackhead now. He was a crackhead before he made a song. So what is she talking about? DMX is naturally talented. See, well, here's what you don't understand. This country is ran by a bunch of crackheads. A lot of these tech guys, a lot of these functional drug addicts. That's exactly what they are. People hire crackheads, people with drug addictions. They give them drugs to keep them working. Those people, they will work and kill themselves. The whole sales departments, all of these things, these guys are hooked on drugs 24/7 because they know they're going to give you everything they got because they got to feed that habit. If they don't get a sale, they don't eat. If they don't get this done, they don't eat. So that becomes the mission is drugs. Like I gotta feed my habit. I'm gonna be the best salesman in the world because I gotta get these drugs. So and then the higher up the chain, the higher the drug. Pills, coke, Vicodin, all these things. They gotta have that rush. Terrence Crawford, I would like to see him fight Felix Diaz. But I don't know where they're going to go with the negotiation. It don't even look like that's on their menu right now. You're right. My barber was in a rush. Prince Easy is the best rapper in Chicago, Jamal. Jay Reed. Obi Trice all day over Proof. Proof is a freestyler. I told you, I'm not doing no truth behind Keenan and Kel. Let that be. No, Logan won't win an Academy Award. Of course, he got back with the wife. He got her a new ring and everything else because she was going to have no future with Future. Jay, I have a movie review on Get Out already on my video list. Parker, LL Cool J. Who asked me that? I got to roll with Cool J. The Locks of the Outlaws. Woo! I don't know, man. The Locks, because they got more material. That's tough. I'm going to roll with the Locks. But the Outlaws album was better than the Locks' first album. Oreos over Chips Ahoy. No, Kendrick Lamar is very underrated. I think he's right rated. You guys haven't heard the best Kendrick Lamar. The songs you like of Kendrick Lamar is not even the best Kendrick. Yes, I should do a review of Collide. I've seen Collide, and it's something else. Oh yeah, the Defenders are here now because I think Iron Fist is finally out. What about 50? The Unit. I'm sorry, Lamont. You were supposed to ask me questions. That's what the title said, Lamont Kumo. The title says Karceno. Ask Karceno your questions, and you're not answering the question. 50 make a comeback. What you mean a comeback? Come back from the bank? 50 got concert. He's got a tour going on that he put on. He got two of the hottest shows going. He just paid off his bankruptcy, so he's all good. Well, I guess I've been here, so I ain't seen that 50 Cent got beat up by the cops. Raekwon a Ghost? I'm gonna take Ghost on that. A-League, yes, I did do a review of Logan. My eyes are falling asleep. It's tired. But y'all all have a great night, man, and hit y'all up tomorrow, man. Y'all be safe. Have a great night.